I do always be feeling like I forget something. I do that a lot.
Sometimes I forget that I'm alive.
I often forget what I forgot about.
Yeah. I forgot. I remembered to forget. I forgot to remember to forget. There we go. That's a good song.
Oh, or you forget what you went to the room for. I forget that a lot.
Oh, yeah. Every room I walk in.
That's that old age. That's that old age.
Where are my children at?
But I got bittersweet feelings about this upcoming season. I'm not a fan of mowing. Mosquitoes or ticks. Everything else is cool, but screw all that noise.
Oh,
I bet this podcast is better than push mowing 100 acres of tick infested lawn, though. I ain't no gambling man, but hey, let's find out. How about that?
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you.
Music lovers only.
hey.
How was that intro?
I would like to hope that we're better than push mowing like 100 feet of lawn. I mean, like
Well, I set the bar exceptionally low today. I went the exact opposite, but
that was my fault. No,
it was fun. It was fun. It took me out of because I have been trying to think of another word for epic, but we are epic, so screw it.
Yeah, we are epic. Yeah.
This is episode 104 of For Music Lovers Only, the podcast. Here we are.
104 Dalmatians.
104 Dalmatians.
Still making a coat.
You're still going to make those coats, and we're going to give one to Phil Collins, because we're going to be talking about our favorite Phil Collins songs. And
he wouldn't wear it.
He probably wouldn't, but I don't know. Get cold enough, maybe. Yeah. He's probably getting up there in age. We could probably trick him. Tell him it's fake. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm the artist known as JRB5. And as always with me, I got Sontia and Coach. How y'all doing today?
Good. Coach loves
great.
Phil.
Coach loves Phil.
Yep.
My bad.
Oh, Coach loves Phil. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I don't pay attention to anything. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah, like I said, I mowed I think Monday or something, and then the dandelions just popped up. I don't know if you've seen in the picture, the dandelions are taller than from where he mowed, but that was kind of the way I felt about it. I looked the next day and I'm like, I mean,
I had a friend that made some dandelion wine or something like that. Like they were really excited to make it, and I didn't get to taste any because I don't drink, but from what I saw, it still makes you call your ex.
Yeah, I bet. You can fry them. You can fry the dandelions and eat them. They're edible.
Mm-hmm.
People will go collect them every spring and make bread them and fry them.
Mm-hmm.
But, I would like to try them sometime.
Yeah, I've seen that too, and I'm just like, I'll try it. I'll eat it. I'll do it. Like there was one time I was at the Asian restaurant and they had little tiny squids, and I had one of those. So I'm sure dandelion is way better.
I would never eat squid, but I would eat dandelion.
It was looking at me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, am I a cannibal?
Seafood and fish I'm not big on. I'll eat catfish. I won't not eat it, but no. And then fried shrimp, like I said, we love going to the like Kobe's and stuff where they hibachi grills. I think that's what it is, where they cook it in front of you and do all the fancy stuff and throw shrimp at you. And so I ate it there, and it was like, okay, this isn't bad, but I couldn't go get like the raw shrimp where you got to squeeze the poop out of them and all that. I'm like, no, man, I don't want to eat anything I got to squeeze the poop out of.
Why would you do that?
Well, the raw shrimp, you got to de-poop them. You got to get the poop out of them, or you're going to eat the poop. I don't know.
Okay, I thought because you have to cook it after that
before you cook them too. I think a lot of people, and I know like people cut them open, and that's because they there's a lot of turds left in this one. I'm not
Well,
saying
no,
it on
you can
the
eat them
show.
raw. The shrimp raw. You
Yeah,
get the cold.
sure.
You get the cold. The ex used to eat the shit all the time. She'd always get sick too because she'd leave it in there for way too long. But yeah, they're like the little shrimp cocktails.
I feel like somebody's doing that wrong.
I
Like
don't know. I have
I'm not going to
no.
disagree with
right
him.
before you eat it.
I have no desire to eat raw shrimp, raw anything at the. I mean, the kid likes eating raw potatoes, and I think that's disgusting. I
I
go,
love raw potatoes and raw cabbage.
oh no.
You don't like raw? Like just right out of the cabbage patch, just like kick Peter
I don't
Rabbit
like-
right out of the way.
I don't like cabbage to begin with, but definitely not raw cabbage.
Definitely not.
You,
I mean,
man.
lettuce, I'll eat it, but lettuce doesn't have a flavor,
Mhm.
And like
No,
I say,
it's
one of
great-
these
it's a
days,
great delivery device.
yeah, I mean, I would love to have a garden and have all this stuff, but like I said, tomatoes, I would just turn into salsa. I wouldn't, I'd have to find someone to give all the extra tomatoes to. I mean, peppers, I'd turn into salsa, but I'm not chomping on peppers.
Mhm.
So I would use a lot of the things in the garden. I mean, green beans and peas and corn. Oh yeah, I'd kill that stuff all day long. But
Mhm.
I hear corn's really hard to grow.
I've never tried to grow it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't speak. I know the Indians taught us how to do it. I know that because of the struggle. I mean, I think it
They're
historically.
like, put this in the ground and then go home.
You go home, wait for it to rain, do rain dance.
Then leave back on your ships.
Yeah, that would be great. But yeah, I got the shed buttoned up. It's watertight so far. I got all the construction is done. The shelves are in the loft. I've got one more bottle of caulk to buy and seal up a little bit, but it's all on the backside where I've got a little lean-to for the lawnmower and stuff. And so that I just kind of sit out there and go, I mean, it's going back to them pioneer times, I mean, I built something. I could live in this, I mean, it makes me feel like manly, wearing my man glitter and
It looks nice. The pictures of the shed. Are you gonna like paint it?
yeah, that's another dilemma. Mom doesn't like the color of the house, so she wants me to paint it a different color, and I'm like, no. So we will deal with that after that. That's a project for after vacation. I'm
You
just
should
trying
paint
to
it
get
yellow.
let me like tag it and just paint mural all over the entire thing then if that's the case.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. So I don't know where we're gonna go, but that's a project too.
Here, I'll come over. We'll talk to your mom together.
We'll get every artist we know in town to get like just give them like a 3-foot section. Everybody we like the least, they get the top sections and got to be on the ladder. I'm going to be on the back side in the shade the entire time. That's where mine's going to be.
I'm just gonna paint some like freaking nuts or something. So don't invite me because it's gonna be something you're gonna have to paint over.
But yeah, there are a few milestones on the YouTube channel. 6 years on the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Like I say, the podcast, I've been podcasting and I had some precursors to Art Assault and then this one obviously, but Art Assault was 2021 January.
Mhm.
So that makes it what 4 years and some change.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I really honestly don't know what the other 2 years, a lot of bearding stuff, because that was a different era in my life, but a lot of bearding content. But yeah, then I posted a video. I forgot to post the video this morning for today's music fact. And so I came home and posted it real quick, and like 12 minutes, it got like 600 views.
Oh,
And
wow.
like 20 minutes, it got 880. But then by 30 minutes, it dropped back down to 700. So I don't know what's going on there.
How do you unview?
Yeah.
I bots, I would assume, because I mean, I've never got that many views that fast. So
Burn out your eyes.
something was screwy. I mean, it was Beatles, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. That might have been it too.
Yeah,
The
Beatles.
internet's been like I've been offline for 4 days pretty much. I check in just so I don't have a bunch of notifications. I just come and mark them all as read and then go back to living my life. And
Yeah.
like I've gotten probably about 20 friend requests since I've blogged off. So I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's like an influx of
Yeah.
Russian spy bots.
Yeah, trying to get you back. Bring you back. Look, we're your friends.
No, you're not.
Tell us what brand of toothpaste you use so we can flood you with opposite.
It's AIM.
Now you're gonna get all Crest videos, advertisements. But yeah, we're gonna talk Phil Collins. Like I say, Phil, like we talked before we hit the button. Phil Collins had a lot of music, a lot of it before he became quote unquote popular. He started in 1970. Well, he started when he was 14, which I don't know how previously that was to 1970, but I think he joined Genesis in 70 at 19. So 5 years before he joined Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
he was he dropped out of school to study like acting and music. I think he's always kind of been musically inclined towards the drums and stuff. I think it said 5 years old he was playing drums, so he was doing that. Has a lot of credits and even uncredited. He was in a Beatles video, Hard Day's Night. It was an uncredited background thing.
Oh,
But
wow.
he was in it, so now it's like I got to watch that and see if I can see Phil. But so he joined Genesis in 70 as the drummer. 75, Peter Gabriel quit, and he took over vocals. I think they did like auditioned like an insanely huge amount of people, and then they were just, and Phil was just doing the backup vocals for the guys that were, the people that were trying out.
Did they not hear him?
I think they couldn't settle, and they just said, "Okay, Phil, you're gonna do it," and then so he did it, and that's a wrap on that.
Wow, that is interesting. That makes me think of the times when, like, you know that you have talent, but you're looked over because, like, people just don't really see you since you're around all the time.
Well, he helped in the writing process through the the 5 years before he took over, and all the other guys like Peter Gabriel had side projects going. All the other members in the band had side projects, and he didn't really do it. He just did the band thing and then did whatever Phil did back then. And so, but once he took over, he started doing side projects, ended up going back to one of his old bands and playing drums for them for an album. And so there is a lot of content, a lot of music. But like I said, that's what, 15 years before he made it big, before Genesis got on the map. And then once they got on the map, they were the soundtrack for the 80s. I mean, they took over the airwaves between when he went solo, between Phil and Genesis. And like I said, it was hard for me sometimes to realize, I thought that was Genesis. No, that's Phil, getting the songs confused. And then, so yeah, it was fun, good pick, Coach.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm glad we did this. Yeah,
sorry, all of mine are.
They are. I haven't disagreed with anything.
I think
at all. I don't think so. I don't think I have.
We had some pretty good top-notch artists so far. I think that's what makes us epic.
Yes.
But yeah. So the spinner, we got the spinner handy there, Coach. Are you bowing out for going first since it was yours?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Is that what we're doing? Good, because I think we're gonna have crossovers.
I don't think we are. You're gonna have to go anyways. It says you have to go, Coach. We have to listen to the wheel.
Oh,
yay! Tis me.
Okay, I think it really wanted me to go first.
It really did.
I think so. You made the rule.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm just saying the spinner. I can't make up the mind for the spinner though. I mean, I'm just saying it. I said not me. It.
The universe.
There's a ghost in the spinner. It's the ghost of I don't know, somebody. I was about to say, but he's still alive, and I didn't want to wish that on him because he's old.
74.
He's 74?
He's 74.
Oh, he has time.
He does sit in like a chair and stuff when he does his concerts now. I don't know if he has some health things or if he's just older and gets tired. I watched one here pretty recently. He did something and he was sitting. So I don't know. I didn't research his whole health issue, but
Oh yeah, yeah. He can still sing though. One of the things that I realized when I was sitting here having a whole Genesis Phil Collins concert in my kitchen, was that just seeing that live, even with him sitting in the chair, would be absolutely amazing because they are just, even just him with his own music, they are so powerful with what they do. And how they arrange things. They have a sound that isn't like anybody else's sound. And that's one thing that I really like about Phil Collins and Genesis, is that it's them as soon as they come on.
Yeah.
And
Except in
me,
the 1970s.
I love some badass horn, and they got some badass horn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some incredible horn. So I'm gonna not use that song just in case somebody else picked it because it was on my preliminary list, but I'm going first, so I get to do what I want. All right. The first song that I picked is going to be the first Phil Collins song that I ever heard. And I know that there's the one that when you're a child, it comes on the radio in the middle of the night and it freaks you out, but this isn't it. This is A Groovy Kind of Love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't know that it was a remix when I first heard it. I just remember that it came on the radio and I was like, man, I cannot wait to be in love.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to feel what this song is saying.
I can't remember who did it originally, but
me neither. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. It's one of them Partridge type people, but I don't know which one. He's like a
okay.
like
Yeah.
a
David Cassidy.
Yeah.
David Cassidy. Yeah.
Maybe. Somebody look. Y'all are here. And thank you guys for being here. Definitely. We got a whole lot of you. So definitely thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. But yeah, A Groovy Kind of Love. That's my number one. That was my heart song. I sung that ever like my whole life and didn't even really know it was Phil Collins until later on.
Yeah.
So that's my number one. And this is what I'm working with. So y'all give me a second to find my highlights. Number two is the song. It's called Find a Way to My Heart. And this is off of the album But Seriously, the 1989 album, Find a Way to My Heart. Yeah. And I like this song because it's a beautiful song. And when I first listened to it, I thought it was a love song. And then I listened to it and I listened to it and I listened to it. And some of the lyrics are, time may come and time may go. I know if you should call out for me, I'll go. But you know, there is a code to be broken. I wrap it around without a word being spoken, without a sound. And then I realized that it's not talking about romantic love, but it's talking about like a universal love. Yeah. It's talking about like that big, huge love that you cultivate when you're trying to be one with everything else. And that was so cool because when the song starts, it starts off with like tribal drums. It starts off with our beginnings, with our roots. And part of, I think, what keeps us human and keeps us contained in our humanity is that deeper, bigger love. Because there's so many emotions that combat that to make us try to be against each other. But that song reminds me of just an invitation to seek a greater love in our lives.
Yeah.
So that's number two. Where the hell is number three at? Oh, it's up here. See, because it was like 1, 2, but 3 is up here.
Makes total sense.
That's all over the place.
The mind of a creative.
This is off of the Genesis 1986 album, Invisible Touch. And it's the song that I cannot stop singing. It's Tonight, Tonight, Tonight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that album is what put him on the map.
Yeah.
I mean, that album, I looked at that album and I'm like, oh my God. Almost all of the good songs, that whole album, out of, I think it was eight tracks on that album.
I think
five of them were ones that were played on the radio, still played on the
And
radio.
3 of them are on my list. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's
but even that one right there, that's what I was gonna say. Tonight. Just those that when he gets that right there, you're like, holy shit! Like,
Gonna make it right. And it's just like, you just want to belt it out. And I don't even know what the song's about. I really don't. I just know that I like to listen to it when I'm outside and it's a little bit chilly. And that's like the best song to come on, period.
it's probably about getting some nookie. I mean, most of his content, most of his songs, the topics are about heartbreak or love.
or party.
Hey, Rachel, it's my queen sister, Sontia. What's up, queen sister? Oh my goodness. So that is my number 3 is Tonight.
Yeah,
and it's a
song.
classic and I love it.
Oh.
All right, number 4. Here it is. All right, 3 is up here, and then number 4 it goes all the way to the bottom.
And it's on page 4. Perfect.
it's all on the same page. So I don't
with you.
I don't know.
I heard you shuffling paper.
I am. I'm trying to figure my life out right now. Okay, this one. This one. Okay, so this one was off of the Genesis album, A Trick of the Tail from 1976.
Yeah.
That whole album was insane.
And I think that's the album that was his debut album that they couldn't find anybody, so they're like, here.
Yeah.
You got it, Phil.
Yeah, and once again, it's just like, did you not hear him this whole time? You didn't hear how he sounded this whole time? So just because people are rejecting you, don't think that you're no good. Don't let that get into your head, because you could be the best thing in the world and you'll be a legend forever.
Peter Gabriel only had 2 good songs, and none of them were with Genesis, so take that.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep pressing. Number 4. Off of A Trick of the Tail, 1976, is a song called Entangled. And this song, what I wrote is it is just a beautiful, trippy little journey through falling asleep and dreaming that ends with a doctor bill. So when I first listened to this song, and then when I secondly listened to this song, and when I thirdly listened to this song, I was thinking Beatles-esque, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
like a higher thought, existential, whatever. No, this is talking about getting knocked out by some gas, maybe getting some surgery, and waking up to a bill. But the way that they did it was such a magical, trippy journey that it just makes that whole experience way more interesting.
I think their first couple albums, they kind of had that Beatles sound on a lot of their stuff, and then that kind of died. I mean, went away in the 80s. But
it kind of reminded me of Lord of the Rings. I mean, I couldn't get into a lot of that early stuff. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of time to get into it. I mean, I scanned a couple, and I mean, it was good, but like I said, it just had that wizard, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Lord of the Rings kind of, I don't know. I just can't get into it.
It had a walking down the street looking for a candy bar sort of situation going on with it.
Yeah.
But it was an adult subject, which is you're going to have to spend money after this, you know, but you're going to get something done.
And he might have wrote it after a surgery, and that's some good drugs. So, I mean, you know, that'll put you in a good little, you know, spot.
I think that stuff was better back then.
Oh yeah, I guess. Having had surgery recently, I can tell you that it was good for the second that I felt it. And then there was nothing. Yeah. Except for Nickelback playing in my mind. Did I tell you guys that story?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So just in case you guys don't know, I love Nickelback. And when I know it's
how'd you work that into a Phil Collins show? I'm just wondering. I'm just saying.
Because we're talking about I almost said euthanasia. About whatever, putting people under. And I was going under. to do the surgery that saved my life because I was getting ready to die. And that Nickelback song, Rockstar, started playing. And I hate that song. That's the only Nickelback song that I hate with a passion, a vehement passion. And it was playing in loudspeakers in my head. It wasn't playing in the office. It wasn't playing anywhere else. It was just Nickelback saying, you are going to be so angry that you are going to wake up. We are going to save your life with rage.
I'm through with standing in line. Oh.
No.
I know how to save you if I'm ever worried, something's happening. I'll just start screaming that song to you. Come back to us, Sontia!
Fuck CPR. We got Nickelback.
Yeah. The dreaded song.
Watch it work. Okay. All right. Number 5, which is on a whole nother page. It's on a whole nother page.
I knew it would be, sweetie. I knew it would be.
Okay. All right. What do I want to do? We're going to go for Tarzan because you know what? That was the greatest soundtrack ever created for a children's movie for absolutely no reason. There was no reason for the Tarzan soundtrack to make me change my entire perspective of life. There's no reason for it. And the song that I picked off of there is one of the more popular songs, You'll Be in My Heart. And it really is just like love people. It's kind of the same theme, just like love. It doesn't matter how people feel. It doesn't matter what people say or what they do. You just love no matter what. And especially with the subject matter of Tarzan, where you have somebody raising somebody that's just like not even of their kind, of their tribe, you learn how to love. And that's kind of my life story. I wasn't raised by my mother. I was raised by other people in my family. And I've always been the oddball out. And having that unconditional love from people when I was rejected on so many different fronts makes this song more personal and meaningful for me. So that's my list.
Good list.
Yeah.
Good list. And you took 3 off of my didn't use them but honorable mention list. But
okay.
Yeah, like I said, I remember the movie, but I don't remember the soundtrack. I mean, after you said it, I remember Phil being a part of it, and that's kind of what maybe made it memorable, but I can't remember the song.
It's crazy because he's on like a Disney summer soundtrack too. He did they must have just gave him a wad of cash and said, let us have some music,
Yeah. It's something.
And he said, sure, I'll make you some awesome music for a wad of cash.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or shoot, I feel like he might have done it for free just because it was children or not for like a whole bunch of money. But the song goes, you'll be in my heart.
Oh, yeah, I remember it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's up, Stevie V?
What's up, Stevie?
Coming to us from Wyoming, it's Stevie V.
Wyoming. That's cool.
Wyoming.
Good list. I only one song did I not know almost every word to, so no.
Yeah, like I said, when you mentioned the Invisible Touch album, like I said, I knew there was a pucker moment. I was like, woo, all we do is epic.
Thank you, sweetness.
All right, so are we gonna spin, Coach, or are we gonna
you want paper, rock, scissors, or do you just want to go?
Well, I thought Coach was going last because
I am.
Well, I think we technically said not first, so I mean, I didn't know if this was gray area here. I don't know.
Y'all figure that out. I'm done.
Okay.
Wow. Whoa, Sontia.
I'm sorry, that came out.
My pick, I say, Josh, you go.
Okay. Like I said, I tried to stay off of the conventional path just because, but like you said, Coach, it's hard not to because so many songs, and that was, growing up, so they were there, and they were playing all the time, and it was like, how can I not put this song on the list? But my number 5 started off with The Invisible Touch off of the Genesis album, and it's Land of Confusion.
Yes.
And there was probably other ones that I like more, but I
I knew one of y'all was gonna get that one.
yeah, I
I
knew
knew
there would be some.
it.
But this song, it's uncanny to me. It's that how much of it still rings true today. You know, I mean, they're just trying to bamboozle us, and make us scared of everything. And it's Superman, where are you now? It's like, well,
Mhm.
be your own damn Superman, because nothing's really wrong. They just want you to think it's wrong.
Oh, it's the truth. It's the truth. That video was insane.
I
Like
can't
that.
remember
It
the
was
video.
puppets. It was like weird puppets, is what it was. That's the first time I heard that song. I saw the video too, and then I never listened to it again.
But
It's
there
like,
will
that's
be a
nothing.
video. I've been diligent at making the videos, so the
Sweet.
playlist will be up. Maybe tonight, maybe not, but
Mhm.
soon. Number 4 is off the But Seriously album. This is his solo album, 1989.
Mhm.
I Wish It Would Rain Down.
I love that song.
Because I had to get a sad one in there. The other ones aren't so sad, but this one is, it's kind of starts off with this guitar solo, slow guitar solo, and most songs don't start out with guitar solos, but Phil's just like, let's start with the guitar solo, and it's such a gut-wrenching guitar solo. You can feel the heartbreak in it.
Mhm.
And then the basic story of it is, he runs into an ex-lover, and she's completely over it. He's not, so that's where that's at. And
Mhm.
good song, just a great song. And that's not one that I remember getting played on the radio a lot. If ever, I don't think I ever heard it until hunting for this list.
Yeah, this is the first time I've heard it too.
And then my number 3 is Don't Lose My Number off
Mhm.
of the 1985 solo album, No Jacket Required.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
this song is just the soundtrack of the 80s. I mean, it's got all the good sounds of the 80s, the keyboard xylophones and the reverb drums and all of the good stuff, and it just makes you feel like the 80s. It is.
I don't want to hit the button again, but womp womp.
Womp womp.
Aww.
Okay, I only took. We'll get to it when we get to my list. It's okay.
So number 2, this song, this is 91, and so this is, I can't do the math right now, but I'm a lot older than I was here, so I'm really getting into music now.
Mhm.
And it's I Can't Dance.
Oh
This
yeah.
is Genesis. This is after they took a little hiatus, I think.
Wow. Wow. Has
But
this
this-
ever happened before?
Take 3 songs? No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
maybe 3
Okay, I
by
got a big list.
Oh.
I knew it.
I knew it would happen. But it's just a great song. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, it does. It's kind of like a bad relationship, because one of the line is, she's got a body under that shirt, but all she wants to do is rub my face in the dirt. I can't dance. It's got all the weird, that transition period between the 80s and 90s where they were still trying to use the techno, but all the synths and everything, but a new way.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
technology got better and they rolled with it. That's one thing that Phil and Genesis and everything did. They just kind of kept rolling with whatever new technology, whatever new trends, they were trying to get ahead of them and make stuff. And they finally got ahead of them. And I think that's what paid off, because they rich.
Oh yeah.
Phil's doing pretty good still.
Yeah, yes.
My number 1 was, I didn't hear it until today. And I didn't know. And we could have used it last, was it last week we did covers? But True Colors. Cyndi Lauper. I love the song. Cyndi Lauper. I love Cyndi Lauper's version.
Mm-hmm.
And then I accidentally found Phil's version off, and it was off of a compilation solo album, The Singles. I don't know if it was released anywhere else.
Okay. I remember that from a commercial. It was like a commercial for like saving the animals or something.
His
I can't
version,
remember.
or
Huh?
Phil's version, or
Phil's version. Yeah, it was on like Save the Cats or something.
no,
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
That one was one of the ones that was already my 7 in my favorites list. I found that, I think, when we were doing covers.
Yeah.
So it was not a long ride in there, or it hadn't been long before.
There was a couple of covers that I didn't realize that I could have used if I would have thought about it, because they're good. I won't mention them because Coach still got his list to do.
Well, I'm almost out of songs. I would say good list, but it was a great list because it was my list. I mean,
would you say it was epic?
I'd say it was an epic list. I would say that was the best list I've ever came up with.
Stop, thief!
Listen, and this is the punishment when you pick. Yeah, and that's the same way I was telling Amy when I was going through and I took that one off my list because he put that on there. No. It was one of those ones that's like, man, I wanted to use, I fell in love with a bunch of new songs, but for me, it was the reason why I'm a Phil Collins fan, is these songs.
Don't get too far into it. Let's give you your sound.
Yay!
My number 5 was actually probably one of my going phrases for a long point of my life. I had a shirt even made that said, "I don't care anymore." Phil Collins.
Yeah.
And that's got one of the coolest drum solos. It's got just bells and dings and just so much going on in one song. But I don't care anymore.
That one could have been used as a cover, but hell yeah, I did a version of it.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I thought of.
Well, I'd found I think there's quite a few people that the problem with doing a Phil Collins cover is it's hard to do it better than, or a Genesis cover or something. So there's not a lot of people that did covers of theirs. And if they did, I come to find they were not the bigger songs, you know, because you can maybe try to make one of their other songs a little better, but why make number 4, Easy Lover, Phil Collins and Philip Bailey? You can't make that any better. And you kind of forget that. I mean, you don't. I mean, it's a great song, but I almost forgot that when I'm listening to it. And you're like, that's a whole different side of Phil Collins. That's a electric Phil Collins, or I don't know what you call that one, but great song.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He has a whole lot of sides. That's one thing that I noticed is he has a lot of different types. A lot of different
souls, you know. Also, but then he also just straight sings. He's got some songs, even like some of my favorite stuff's like the talking stuff and that he does. So that was 3. No, number 3. You Can't Hurry Love, Phil Collins.
That was a good cover.
Yeah. Yep. But
the Dells or Shandels or something.
Yeah, but that's one of those ones where I think it's his song, you know, or he did it better, you know, if we were doing one. And that was an ad. I mean, well, 4 of my songs are ads to my list, you know, so no.
You just had to pick them now.
Yeah, I had to quickly do that. No. My number 2, which was my number 5, That's All. And that's probably one of, I'd say, a top 5 or 6, but I mean, I don't even know, like, because every list I looked at, they were all in a different order, and you know, you look at his views on his, it's 46 million, 47 million, 44 million, 43 million, 45 million, 40. You know, he's got 16 songs that have 40 plus million. You know, so is there I don't know. My number 1. It just makes me want to dance. And I think I used it, or somebody has used this one, but Susudo. It's another one of those ones, the cool video, just poppy, catchy, like kind of ahead of its time. Awesome. Good song. So
yeah, those horns. When you said horns, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say that one.
That's what I said. If you want horns, you know, that jazz or that saxophone solo or whatever that opens it up, and he's got so much saxophone. I mean, some of his songs got saxophone in them. You know, there's so much saxophone. You know,
saxophone. Man, yeah, that'll get you hyped. Just if you turn that on in the morning, it's just like, okay, I'm ready to go out here. I'm ready to go.
That's kind of how what was my number one that Josh stole, but I can't dance. That's how that one kind of makes me feel too. Because it's kind of like I'm just standing here, but it's still like it's almost like everything is against me, but that's fine. I'm still here,
Mm-hmm.
I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here, So
one thing I noticed on his solo albums, I didn't notice it so much on the Genesis albums, but if you look at all of his solo albums, they were just like close-ups of his face, or
yeah,
and then but he remastered them, and so there's a young Phil on there, and then the remastered versions were old Phil. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think they just remastered them. They didn't change anything, just made them sound, digital, for the times and stuff, whatever. So nothing changed. The song's still the same. It just, supposedly sounds better. But yeah, I thought that was cool that he had, old Phil, young Phil to, all of his solo albums was like that.
Oh, yeah.
I was funny. I kind of like the some of the old stuff better than the remastered, if that makes sense. The little bit of dirty in there, and the way I heard it in '86.
Yeah, that's the way I am. Yeah. I looked at the picture and then I went to the original and listened. That's where I listened to too.
And it was still good. It
was
still absolutely beautiful. What was I'm trying to see, because there was a whole album that was remastered to where I saw those faces. It wasn't No Jacket Required. Which one was it?
He did it on all of them.
Yeah, I say he did it like 14, 15, 16, 17. I see. Yeah, I see. He had a remastered of a bunch. I don't know if it was all of them, but I seen a lot. Yeah, and then he has because I think he has a greatest hits remastered too.
Okay. I remember there was one in particular, but I can see it in my head, but I can't think of what it is.
It's his face. I guarantee it.
One that I miss that I love sharing with people is Mama from the Genesis album, just like the album titled Genesis in 1983. Yeah. Mama is like the scariest song. I know that we In the Air Tonight or that other one that's scary, but Mama is absolutely frightening. And the first time I heard it, the first thing that I was thinking is like you're standing there and somebody's trying to introduce your mom, and all of a sudden like this crazy monster comes out. Mama is like one of my favorite songs. I didn't put it on the list because I thought somebody was going to get it. I should have said it.
Yeah, I never even heard it. But Phil actually made the Today in Music last week, April 19th in 2000. He got into a royalties battle with two of his backing band members. Mm-hmm. They did the Serious Hits live, and they got paid for like all 18 tracks, 15 tracks, whatever it was that was on the album, but they actually only played on 5 of them. Mm. So the judge ruled in Phil's favor, but instead of making these broke musicians who pay back, they just cut the royalties to offset it. But that was fair. I mean, I think if you didn't put in the work, I mean, Phil probably wasn't hurting for money, but I wonder if I wonder how this came to light and how it got missed for so long, I mean, because, they send them royalty checks out every month, I think, Mm-hmm. And so I don't know.
They were probably asking, it's one of those things where either one of them or multiple of them were asking for more or something weird. And then that's when you dig into it. It's like one of those perfect scenarios you just shouldn't mess up. And then somebody's like, hey man, I think we should get a little more. And then they're like, you know what? We found out you shouldn't have got as much as you got.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is him total, but it says Phil Collins has released 8 studio albums, 1 live album, 5 compilation albums, 2 remix albums, 3 soundtrack albums, 2 box sets, 50 singles, 18 video albums, and 41 music videos.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be just Phil alone, because I think with Genesis, I mean, God, Genesis was cranking out the albums too, and like I said, I don't understand how, especially in the 70s, because in the 70s you had to be making money for the for the companies to be putting you. There wasn't no independent artists in 1970. I mean, you had to have the record company. You had to have the deal.
Was that why he wasn't
yeah,
the lead man? But that's why he wasn't the lead man too. Was Peter Gabriel's daddy a rich guy? They always talk about, like, especially a lot of the bands I listen to. There's some of these bands that are out there still. It's because they got money backing them. It's not fans. And then you got these DIY people that are doing it themselves that are completely funded by their fans that don't have no money, just making it show to show.
Yeah.
And it's like,
But that's what I'm kind of curious about. I mean, their live shows, did they just put on an epic live show like The Dead or something? I mean, I know they were kind of a jam band. I know they could get off on some tangents, and because that's how most of their songs were written, just in big jams, is what I was reading. And so I wonder if it was just a phenomenal live show, and that's what kept them afloat, or was it funding, external funding from, like I said, I don't know, Gabriel. I can't say I liked any of his stuff with them. I mean, I love some of his solo songs like Sledgehammer and and a couple other his songs, but he didn't really have too big of a career. I mean, he had those couple songs, but nothing like Phil. I don't even know if he's still alive, but I don't think he's still out there hitting the stage or anything.
No,
I may be wrong. I'm sure some very angry Peter Gabriel fan will correct me and call me all kinds of dirty names, but
but yeah. I don't know. It just, even just with their 1970s album, just like listening to that album and what was going on around that time, even if it was just like a basement cut that was passed around, because I don't know that it's that, like, to get on the radio or whatever else. You had the producers, but you had so many bands that were still like at talent shows. You would get found at talent shows. You'd have to go all around everywhere to where actual people knew who you were. And then they have these, even those songs were really good songs for their time. They had an epic sound even at that time, and then they just got better. So it could have just been word of mouth and just people passing around tapes, because they had that resume even then.
were they always here? Weren't they like in English? I mean, were they over?
Yeah, UK is where they've started. And
that's what I said. Were they bigger over there before they, hit? Because I'm even reading, Genesis has 15 total albums, but I was reading on some of their older ones, and they say they were pretty big, wherever in UK. It remains a classic, but never made it, on this one
over here. Yeah,
on Foxtrot, 1972. So.
And maybe that's why we never heard about them. But I want to go back and listen to them albums, but like I said, I just didn't have time to do this, and quite frankly was overwhelmed. I could have used the whole Genesis what was it, we talked about it, Invisible Touch album, that whole album there. And then Phil's not his first but second, which other one was that one? I can't think of it, but there was another Phil Collins that had a bunch of them on there, just one of his albums. But yeah, next week we're gonna talk. What are we gonna talk? Keep going with our artists, or are we gonna? I know last time I think we broke them up a little bit. I don't know. We haven't got that far, I don't think. Or do we want to go to Tech 9? I'm kind of with Coach. I was kind of chopping at the bit to get a little gully in me. I've been still been listening to Cube and Snoop, that new Snoop song, and
I would have me and lost me in the same video, by the way. There's some parts in there I just threw me off, and then part of it was badass, but there was the fight scene in the middle of it with the extra noise over it was unneeded, and there's just a few things that were unneeded, but
I think it was kind of meant to illustrate like the battle inside of his head. And as we all probably know, that's not a quiet or beautiful sound. The battles that we fight in our head, because I don't know if it's true even. I mean, it starts out with Dr. Dre telling him that his lungs are junk and he's got to quit smoking, and and then the end he's like, fuck it, I'm still gonna smoke. So I don't know if that's true or if it's just art. I don't know.
Okay. I say we just go ahead and go on with Tech 9 next week.
Okay. So Tech 9 next week, and then we're gonna do AJR.
Are there any holidays coming up that we need to pay attention to? Mother's Day, anything like that?
I don't think so. Probably a Mother's Day in there, but I can't. I mean, I could think of a handful of songs about Mama, but
Really? I'd already have my 5 picked.
I was going to say,
right now I'm thinking of them.
I was going to say, I could do 5 Eminem songs.
Thank you, Stevie. Thank you, Jana. So yeah, we'll do that. I don't think we'll do mamas. I think we'll love our mamas privately. How about that? Show respect to our mamas privately.
Man.
All right. Great show indeed. Epic show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments. That helps get them numbers up because on the book it's been weird. So we appreciate it. Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, but how would we? I don't know. Drinking. We've already done drinking songs, and that's all Cinco de Mayo is.
Influence songs. I just came up with 5 right there.
Cinco de Mayo songs.
Yeah, just Spanish.
Cinco de Mayo songs.
Spanish inspired or Spanish artists. I mean, come on, we could do Pitbull.
I'm just gonna do Enrique Iglesias.
He's not Mexican though, so I guess that would it'd have to be, I don't know. You mean Henry Church?
I feel like we'd get canceled. Let's not do that.
Hopefully they won't deport our songs.
There's no Nickelback Cinco de Mayo songs anyways.
No, I don't think you could work that in there at all.
I could find a way.
You could find a way. All right.
Work Nickelback into a Phil Collins show. Yes, she can work it in.
I bet you if you looked hard enough, they've done something together. They were in the same studio at the same time, I bet. Phil probably played keyboard on a song.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just saying. All right. Good show. I gotta pee. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.